What's up? What Crypto Muscle? Come to another YouTube video. So here we are, internationally now, worldwide, syndicated, and you know where it's at. Another Musclecast Power Hour got going on here. All right, that's right, the Meta Muscle Show, the Musclecast Power Hour, back at it once again. And I'll have to do a no music intro so I could play it on all formats because YouTube likes to censor when you play music. So I don't know. Maybe I'll have to try out Rumble or something to try to see if that would get me somewhere here because BitChute's all right. I mean, it is a place, but if Rumble's even better, then I'll probably go over to Rumble. And so I do miss having being around CocoScope. CocoScope was a great one as an alternative to YouTube, but CocoScope just didn't have the funds to keep the operations going. And you know how it is; it's advertising dollars and all that stuff. That revenue. That's what creates revenue for these sort of platforms. But here we are. All right, we got to go once again, and so it is what it is right now until I find other means to put these podcasts on. And so, in the meantime, you'll find this sort of podcast that I got going on here on the BitChute, as well as finding it on my other YouTube channel that I rarely use, but it's the Metal Muscle Show. All right. And so, you'll find these episodes in all these different formats. And so far, I've been kind of staying on at least once a month if I'm lucky. So I'm trying to do more, but just in time, I'll do more if I can. Just so jam packed all the time with all the stuff I got going on, and all I got to say is, man, it's just crazy what things what sort of activity we got going on in the crypto scene, right? And of course, you guys know my YouTube channel here. Of what I do here, posting content on the daily for the network. It's high yield platforms, mid levels, news, just everything I do with Smash on YouTube, everything. You'll find it all right here. As you can see, this one's scheduled to air for the Pulse Chain. C12 is on fire. So if you're wondering, for example, how do you find the links in my description? All right, so you see every video, right, and it comes up and it says click on show more, right? So you click on show more, that drops down, right? You scroll it all the way down to the very, very bottom, right, where it says fuck Marcos Caleb and fuck Dora, fuck Tiwi and fuck Money Tree. All right, once you see all that, then you found the right place. Scroll it back up, you'll see all the different sort of channels you got going. You got the Telegram channel here if you're looking to join in on the chat, right? And then you have the OG channel I talked about for for legacy platforms. All right, Crypto Muscle Network, I just talked about that a second ago. My podcast channel on YouTube. All right, I'm sorry, that's my BitChute channel right here, and then my YouTube channel for this channel right here I'm talking about. Like I said, it's something I rarely use. I should use more, but I just rarely use it. And that's that right there. And then my music mixes here. That pretty cool stuff here. Let me see if it pulls up here. Yeah, here it is. All the different mashups I do. You check it out. You just click on one of them, turn it on in your car if you connect it to your Bluetooth. And bam, man, you got some nice mixes flowing in your car, flowing on your computer desk, whatever you do. There's some good mashups here I got going on. And got the Outcast. Here's my latest one I just did recently. I'm looking to do the next one with Swishahouse. If you guys know who they are, that's like Paul Wall and Mike Jones and all that. Like the early 2010s right there, or just before that. Late 2000s, early 2010. That's where you'll find Swishahouse back then. Alright, so with all that going on here, I'll cover this more in my videos that I normally do, that you would normally see on my channels. That way you could kind of see everything in full circle, right? So let me see here. I'll pull up my Telegram group as well. So I'll just pull that up. Let's see here. So you got this right here, the Power Chat. It's where you find all kinds of stuff going on here, and you know, it's just growing nicely, man. It's experienced an explosion. All right. So anyhow, that's everything that we got going on here. All right, when it comes to what I'm doing, being super busy, and I can't help it. It is what it is. And it's great though. It's great, to experience all this busyness. And making it and taking it, and that's just where it's at. So finally, another episode of the podcast that I haven't done in a month, right? Let me see I think it's been about a month. Let's go to here. Yeah, it's been about a little over a month. Last time I did it was March 26th. Today is April 30th. I wanted to make sure I got one in, at least for April, and then we'll see what happens in May. Yeah, this is where it's at. So, what do we talk about today here on the Musclecast? Man, let's see, this is 60 minutes of unfiltered, everything, no censorship except from the music, right? So that's why I'm not playing music. But I just tell it like it is, how it is, and no holds barred, right? Well, I do that anyways, but this is on a longer format. And so there's a lot to talk about here. Where do I begin? All right, so let's begin with the stuff that's been going on lately, right? A little bit of crypto news and the platforms that are having issues. I think those are always good ways to go about it, right? So let's see here. Oh, by the way, I'm going to bring in a special guest here because I want this dirtbag to be a part of the show. I forgot. I invited him to be part of the show today, as a special guest, and I completely forgot about him. So here, let me just bring him on here, and let me introduce you to Marco's dirtbag here. All right, because then look, I'm giving you even more exposure than you've ever had, because I talk about you on 3 platforms and how much of a dirtbag you are. Now I'm bringing you on my podcast. And so, man, it's just ripened for everything because you're just a piece of shit. So, welcome aboard, dirtbag.
Thanks, Muscle. Thank you. I don't know what to say. I'm just flattered to have you to be a part of your shows. Because,
well, forget about it. Right? Just watch, and let me show you how to entertain the audience. And plus, I'm going to bring some real facts. All right, because the fact of the matter is, you're a piece of shit, and I like to tell it to you right in your face. That's why you're here, because I want to show you how much of a dirtbag you are. And that's why you're called Marco's Dirtbag. It's your nickname. All right, because that's how much of a trash piece of shit you are. All right, and hey, we both do the same thing. All right, all Doras cover compensation plans. All right, that's what we do with Doras. All right, you do that, I do that, and it's par for the course. All Doras are a bunch of yintas that don't know jack shit about crypto. And that's why we put them into doing compensation plans. And even that is hard for them to understand. They just like the big numbers, right? Marco's dirtbag.
yeah, Muscle. Yeah. I get so excited, and I gotta let her do something.
All right, that's fine. Enough of that now. I don't need you to talk any further. All right, when I chime in and I ask for your opinion, then I'll chime in and I'll ask you. All right. So other than that, let's just get to it here. All right, because you are a dirtbag, and I can show you proof that you're a dirtbag. Where do I begin? Let's just start off with your channels, all right? Because your channel, between you and your dumbass girlfriend, all I got to say is that between you and your dumbass girlfriend, it's obvious. I watched those channels' sudden growth, all right? And when I say sudden growth, it wasn't some sort of organic growth. It was sudden growth. And you know why it's sudden? There's only one way that it could be sudden. And sudden means that you bought your shit because you're a piece of shit. because no one really watches your shit, and that's the reason why you buy it for the views, you buy the subs. There's no way in 2 months you go from 2,000 to holding steady at 13,000. Now all of a sudden you're just holding at 13,000 for weeks now. All of a sudden, right? That doesn't make sense to me. And why is it that every video now is 3,000 views? Every video. Isn't that funny? Isn't it so coincidental? Because that's how much of a piece of shit you are. And here's another thing. There was one particular video when you left the country to go to Istanbul for the Vortec office opening that only had maybe sub 200, 300 views, right? For that whole week to 10 days. For the whole week and 10 days. And yet, from there, when you come back home after your little trip, that thing shot up to 3,000 views just like that. Oh man, I mean, you can't write this shit, man. That's how much trash you are. And so, that's why I like telling this thing in your face, because you're such a fucking nerd, you know. And well, sorry, that was a Freudian slip here. You know, that's just one of those things, a Freudian slip. And I didn't mean to do that, you know. But sometimes I just fly off the handle when I see these things, you know. And you know, it's just one of those things, though. And let me just show you something here, all right? Because this is one of those platforms you talked about, right? You say, oh yeah, it's paying, right? And the thing about it is that, is it? Because if you look at what's going on here, let's see, I did a withdrawal back on the 25th, and it's still pending. All right, I'm in my back office. It says Crypto Muscle. This is live as I speak on this podcast, and it's still pending. 5 days now. This is worse than it was 2 weeks ago. Last week went fine. All right, 2 weeks ago, it went in after 4 days, 96 hours, when I finally got that payout. But for this one, though, it's still pending. Wow. It's crazy how that is, you know. And, yeah. So here's an example of max spread being in trouble, all right? And so between you, all right, being you, that's a trash piece of shit you are, and Jan, all you could say is, you know, don't worry about it. It always comes through between CoinMarketBull and max spread that everything's going to be fine, all right? Just keep on pounding the pavement and keep going out there and keep going to work, all right? So, I wonder how that is, why that is. Isn't that so, you know? And I mean, that's just how much trash you are, right? Between you guys and that nobody named Andy. There's a nobody there called Andy Nobody, all right? And Andy Nobody does the content on behalf of Jan, because Jan doesn't do the content anymore. He hasn't done content in a while. Ever since he went on his so-called, I need a rest, alright? But he hasn't been resting. He was just going out there partying in the life and just going out there doing this shit, right? Yeah, here's the money team, 47,653. You know what? It could just be a made-up number. You know, so... you know, it's just a made-up number. I can make up a number too. Hey, I got you know, I got 10,000 subs on my channel and another 4,000 subs on my other channel. So I could just say, in my Telegram group, you put it all together. I got you know, I could say thanks to 15,000 people, you know, under me. You know, that's just how it is, right? No, because that's just not how it works. All right. So let me go back a few days here, because this is where it all begins. See, there he goes. All right, there he goes. Yeah, partying life away. Yes, get back to work. Get back to work. All right, don't worry about it. Get back to work. So let's see. And here's Dirtbag here. You telling everybody that CMB has migrated to a new server, and once they've completed issues, then you know, they'll get support to get back on. And you know, and support will catch up with everything. And so all I got to say is no, because they'll never catch up, right? And all you have is Jan saying, Yeah, just get back to work, all right? So it's funny how this is, right? Every instant paying platform out there that I know collapsed. It's a really nice experience, but very unhealthy for the company long term. Every platform will collapse at some point. Doesn't matter what it is. That's the reality. Every platform, including your favorite ones here, CMB and MaxSpread. So, with that, you love this shit. The way you did the content back then for Pegasus and all that makes it all the tastier, right? You love that shit. So get out of here with that bullshit about all this and stuff, because they all platforms crash, baby. So that's how much trash you are. All right, and it's funny how when it comes to stuff like this, when there's issues with platforms, when it shows that it's not paying, all right, between this and CoinMarketable, it's no secret CoinMarketable is having issues too, but yet still, there's no official announcement on the CoinMarketable site here from last time there was anything posted was April 25th. That was 5 days ago. All right, that our system is now live again after a successful upgrade. Okay, yeah, the site's working, but it's not paying. And if it is paying, it's paying out slowly, because CoinMarketable is paying out slowly. It's very, very slow, if at all. MaxSpread obviously is not paying because I got one pending for 5 days. So don't tell me that. It was only $52. So between these two, at least I'm already broken through even, and it's all good. CoinMarketable, the last time I was on that site back on Tuesday, CoinMarketable shit. All right, here's my favorite graphic here. All right, CoinMarketable shit. Oh, that's bullish. Oops. Well, that's my alternate screen here that I like to use to kind of fool people into thinking it's good, and then when I have them listen to my video, then it shows you how bad it's really is right now. It's that what's truly happening, but yet you get no content put out there to dispel any sort of FUD or anything like that, because the reality is real that this shit is happening, but yet no content when shit is hitting the fan right now, and you got nothing to speak about in this regard. Isn't that weird? I mean, it shows you again how much of a dirtbag you are. That's what you do. And so you're taking a page from Jan, because Jan's definitely not talking about it. All he's been putting out there is just, oh, get back to work, or it's all set now, but yet it's not set, and everything's good, so it doesn't make sense. Oh, and by the way, direct commission for all new signups, 15%. Man, what a great way to entice you, especially you, to push more people to get involved into this thing that's having issues with payouts and deposits right now. And so, I don't know. And this is, it used to say ends May 10th, but now it's indefinite, all right? So, as Andy Nobody over there says, it's been expanded to indefinite, because right now there's been issues with deposits, all right? And so, you could justify the excuses here, by the way, between you and Jan, you're putting out, well, Jan just it completely ignores it. Says, don't be crying about that shit. Yeah, I want it all to win, right? Let's grow. Crypto, blah, 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 no nonsense personality, multiple streams of income. Let's see, 2 is failing right now. All right, mainnet is just whatever. So you lucky you got in on Vortec. But let's see if you're going to even talk about Vortec besides posting this stuff here, because technically, from what I heard, you've been fired. So we'll see if that's really true. All right. So what's all this repetitive chat, about all this crap sauce in my thing? I'm gonna clean this room up. Yeah, good way to talk to your people, right? This is a small group, for so-called quote-unquote VIPs. When you say you have 47,000 people, but yet only 750 some in this sort of group. I mean, come on. Let's grow, right? Let's grow and blow and all that stuff. But yet, no content. No video content. Little snapshots, little short little videos here. But yet, there's no content about the platform itself anymore ever since shit has been hitting the fan. I can't wait till this shit fails, and then I want to see if you guys come up with some excuse, right? Some excuse probably like, well, I told you, I gave you my disclaimers, right? Only invest what you can afford to lose, right? That's what you're going to do, is stand by your little disclaimers, even though you tell everybody to compound your earnings, right? And this is how he pumps himself up. By popular demand, Andy Galloway, the fastest growing networker in the UK. This is a nobody. Who the fuck is Andy, right? So that's what I say. And then the way he talks down to everybody, right? Look at this. I'm going to give you a V12 simple calculator, all right? And this is to this when it comes to this calculator, this is just to compound your earnings into CoinMarketBull. And so, what do you do if you can't withdraw? You compound, right? That's what all these platforms tell you to do. Novitex, CashFX, all that stuff. They tell you to compound away, right? Because, you have a bigger payday down the road. They're going to fix their issues right now. That way you won't have any issues later. All that stuff, right? All that nonsense bullshit. And then on the flip side of it, they tell you, well, if you do it like this, you're going to have a bigger payday down the road, right? Like this shit right here. Look at this. Turn $1,000 into $60,000. Yeah! Piece of shit. And then, but this bigger payday will never come. Never. Never ever come. And watch what happens when this time comes. And by the way, every time you redeposit, what happens? They get the commissions for every redeposit. It could be tiny amounts, but it all adds up. And when it all adds up, they're still getting that money. They don't give a shit. And by the way, it's been earning a flat 1.2% daily since day one. Not one time has it budged from 1.2%. All right, so that's CoinMarketBull. And then max spread, yeah, it gives you like around 6% a week. But the thing about it is that it's pending. So what's good is that going to do for me if it's pending? It's not. It's not going to do nothing for me. So that's the problem I have with max spread here. It's not going to do anybody any good if you can experience these kind of problems, continuing problems. And so my mission, ever since I see Jan come aboard max spread in January and then proclaiming that he started it when I was in this thing since, I can show you how long I've been in this thing. I've been in this thing since November. And all he did was put a shot in the arm of, let me see here if it shows here. No, not here. Let me see. I'm trying to see where it shows the, yeah, right here. I've been in this thing since November. Alright, and one of the longest running ones. Alright, and so with that, all I got to say is, look at that, he opened it up to a 250K plan. You know why? Because he wants people to dump in more money into this. But how? If it's not paying in a timely manner, why would anybody put more money into it? Alright, so let's see here. I'm going to roll this back because this is where he talked about deposit, more money, put more money into it, right? Let me see here. They canceled the event in Dubai. That's twice now that they canceled the Dubai event. One, I can understand if they didn't want to get in the way of Ramadan. That's fine. But now you cancel it again because you want to quote-unquote You want to make it more interesting to attend such a big event, but you need to achieve more levels required to achieve to participate. And then that's all you could do and say about that. And so, what kind of shit is that? All right, so let me see. I'm going to roll this back a little bit more because that's one of your first messages right out the gate. All right, as quote unquote CEO is, let me see here. Where's it at? One of the first this is your first message out the gate. All right, let me roll this back. It's pretty funny, actually. Yeah, somewhere here. But anyhow, I can't find it. It's just a lot of stuff here. All I got to say is that, man, when he's into something, it's almost like you got to stay away from it. Because at some point, he's not going to give a shit no more because he's going to have his little cronies handle it, right? If anything, this guy, Mitsubishi here, should be the man. All right, because he's the one, he's like M12, whatever, in the rankings. And my money is on that no one will ever reach M22. All right, let me show you what M22 is. All right, let's see here. Bonus system? Is it bonus or binary? I don't know. One of those. Yeah, I don't know what it is. But to hit M22, you got to be like, whew, super crazy hard into this thing. And there's no way that max spread will allow anybody, let alone Jan, make it to M22, all right? I don't give a shit. He could keep saying M22, I'm coming for you. No way. Even in a CEO position, he would not be able to achieve that. And so this shit's going to die before that ever happens. And by the way, how is he CEO here and CMO of CoinMarketable, but yet try to be CMO of Vortec? I mean, it doesn't make any sense, right? To be conflicting himself into all these different programs in a position, because in a real business, if you want to call this a business, any of it, there's no way that they will allow a person to run multiple positions in a high spot for each quote unquote company. So this is where reality of the crypto side and then in real life gets kind of blurred. All right. And so this really tells you how bad max spread really is too. Because when you look at max spread, let me show you guys something here too. All right. This guy was supposedly the CEO of Max Spread Technologies. But this is just an AI generated person. This is not even a real person. This is just an AI generated person and everything. Which is crazy to believe, but true. Like, I could go and hire this same person right now as an AI to tout me as saying I'm the greatest YouTuber there is and all that stuff. The same exact person. Alright? Which is funny. But the same exact person, I could pay for the same exact AI, and he could be my guy. Right? It's not even like some what's that, Pfizer or whatever, that program where you hire an actor to do whatever. This is like beyond that sort of thing. This is AI. All right, you could out of this program where you can have this AI, be anything you want it to be for you. Right? He could kiss my ass, and that's what he'll do. Isn't that crazy? And so I could do that. And maybe I should, just to kind of show you guys that I could get the same guy to talk about how much he loves me and all that, and how much he could worship the ground I walk on and everything. I think I'm going to do that. Maybe. I got to see what the cost is to this. As a ruse. Oh man, this is going to be so funny. But I'm going to think about it though. I want to see how much this thing cost to run this AI to kiss my ass. But yeah, so anyhow, so this AI generated CEO didn't go too far because all of a sudden you saw it. It says right there, Jan is the CEO. And wait a second, if Jan is the CEO, then it really blows up the whole logic of this bullshitter here. As this bullshitter, right? What's his name? Marco's dirtbag, all right. It really blows up the whole logic because he talks about how in certain platforms, oh man, they don't have a fly-by-night CEO and all this stuff, or hired actors and things. Well, isn't that what Jan is? He's a hired marketer and a fly-by-night CEO now for Coin Market. Mark's Max Spread. So if that's the case, then that's another bullshit line that you say that you can't really backtrack on now because you've already said it. See, and that's how much you always dig yourself in a hole. By the way, you go to your channel, I saw how you removed all your Pegasus, all your Paulinier videos, anything that had to do pre-Vortex United, you took out and removed from your channel. Alright? That's how much of a bitch you are. Because I'm on to you, especially when you promised in Paulinier, alright, that you talked to the admin. He increased your commissions beyond anybody that your average person would get, so you could create an insurance fund, alright, and in this insurance fund it would help pay people back if there is a loss incurred, that for the people that sign up under you. And nope, you did not do that at all, fucking nerd. And so that's the thing that I have a problem with you with, because you lie all the time. All the misinformation, all the bullshit facade that you do, the arrogance, everything about it. And that's why I've been on to you, alright, because Tiwi's dead. And not in real life, but on YouTube he's dead. Alright, I'm about to bury the final nail in the coffin of that Tiwi, that Tiwi casket on YouTube. I mean, he's already been long gone off of YouTube, but the only thing that's keeping the whole talk alive is burying his shit when Drip dies. Alright? And then for you, I'm on to you, just like I've been on to Tiwi, because, the one thing about you is you could talk the talk, I could see that, but man, when shit hits a fan, you so hide it, you bitch, you hide, and cover up your shit and act like you're not a part of it, or you're not going to talk about it, all that stuff, right? And by the way, you're just another banhammer bitch too, because when people started complaining in this group, all right, between you and Andy Nobody, let me just become admin and I can help keep this room clean, right? No negative talk, right? Or I'll swing the banhammer. That's definitely some keyboard tough guy bullshit that you do, right? So don't give me that shit. And then you have this leech over here named Walter, who says, oh, come on over to my group. I'll start a group, so that way you can voice anything, you can ask questions that you may have, because I want to keep this group clean. So come on over to my group and I'll help take care of you, right? So yeah, what a way to leech off of Jan, alright? That's all I got to say about that. Because you are a leech. And oh man, this line will live in infamy right here. I'm going to have fun with my next video. CMB is back again. Laugh out loud. The haters came out in full force. The Ponzi Slayers are going to feel my wrath. Yeah, I can't wait to see that next one, because all I got to say is, you haven't. Since you made that statement on the 27th, you haven't. Alright? And so, where are you at now with that? Okay, I dare you to tell everybody to compound. Keep compounding for that bigger payday. And that's how much of a piece of shit you are. I can't wait till you come out with that, and especially telling everybody to compound for that big payday. We all know that when you do that, it all fails. So all I gotta say is, yeah, be careful what you ask for, and be careful because you follow this dirtbag here. This is what you're gonna get. You're gonna get nothing from him. All right, that's how much trash he is, and that's how much this thing is gonna fail badly real soon. All right, experiencing issues right now. Did you know that this has been an ongoing issue of deposits and withdrawals off and on? Not every day, but it's been off and on since April 13th. All right, we could roll this back to April 13th when they made that announcement. All right here. They're experiencing some issues while trying to log in. They're doing maintenance checks, upgrading the systems to provide more efficient payments, which hasn't been efficient. And upgrades will be completed shortly. And it's still going 17 days later and counting. All right, that people are having problems. And after that, it's been silent since the 25th, right? Or was it 25th? Yeah, since the 25th, there's been silence except, hey, thanks for your patience. We're going to increase your direct line from 10 to 15%. And look at all that thumbs down. Look at all the thumbs down and shit right there. That tells you something. All right? People know. People are not stupid. I mean, well, there are stupid people like these guys and the lemmings that follow these guys. But people see right here. Look at that shitbag. You got thumbs down dominating this as well. All right, what is this right here? I'm like a phoenix rising from the ashes. Really? All right, so yeah, go on with that one. And so we'll see when this thing fails, just like MaxSpread. MaxSpread was doing all right. It wasn't. It hasn't been a big thing, and that's why there's no Dubai event, because this was never a big thing in the first place. These guys try to tout these platforms to act like they have a bigger clout than they already have, which they don't in the first place. And so all I gotta say is, man, it's going to be over real soon. And for this guy, I'm going to look into seeing if this guy could kiss my ass, all right? Oh, man, I would love it. But I got to see how much the cost is. I don't know how much it is to get one of these AIs. But the problem is that, California has been on to MaxSpread, all right? I mean, they're on to everybody. Newest one that hit MaxSpread, I believe, is Wisconsin, right? With the cease and desist in Wisconsin. And, I'm not one to say, oh shit, whatever. But I just want these things to fail because of who is talking about it and putting it out there in such a way that it's gonna wreck everybody. Especially when you're telling everybody to compound everything. You guys tell everybody to compound in Vortex. You compound in CoinMarketable. Compound in every program that you guys are in. MaxSpread. Compound in Mainnet. And yeah, so good luck with all that shit. Another failure to come. Novatech, alright? And you know what's funny about this too is that he posts his links on Novatech, this dirtbag, but yet he hasn't talked about it. So he's putting his links out there, but he's not talking about it. And so, if you don't know by now, Novatech is on its verge of failure. At the time of this video, April 30th, May 1st is Doomsday, because Doomsday is, well, one, all the stacked withdrawals that has not been paid in April has now rolled into a new month, and now May 1st is here, and you know what that means? May 1st is, one, it's Monday. That's when you could do withdrawals, or on Mondays. And then two, on top of that, being that it's a new month, you can start requesting for a withdrawal of your trading account. So with that, all I got to say is good luck with that, because none of this shit is coming out right now, and you guys are getting wrecked on everything. And so, but we're going to see Queen D, who's also aligned with this dirtbag,
sit there and say, "Oh, I pray for you, Cynthia. I pray for you. You know, I pray for Novatech to pull through," and all this other stuff, all the fake messages that she puts out there, that she's, all, oh, by the way, holier than thou, right? Dirtbag here likes to take Fridays and Saturdays off to in the guise of religion, but no one takes Fridays and Saturdays off in religion, all right? And plus, he's still working the chats. He was working the chats the other day, Fridays and Saturdays. So don't give me that shit. And so, let's see what else is going on here. Drip, still dripping down. All right, let's see here. Just in the past day, yeah, from almost 33 cents down to let me see here. Yeah, almost 33 cents down to almost 30 cents. 30, the low 32 cents. So it's in the same 32-cent range, but it's trending down. All right, in shitoshis. And over the past 7 days, 3 cents down from its previous price. So yeah, so this shit's failing. I mean, it's just funny seeing all this shit that's going on. And yet, no one wants to talk about it in this way. I don't know why. Why? Because it's flooding your own interest into it. I got money in MaxSpread. I got money in CoinMarketBull. And I talk about it because it's real of what's happening, unlike these other guys that don't want to tell you what's truly happening, right? And block everybody, ban everybody when people ask questions, right? It's just par for the ones that are bitches like these guys, all right? And that's the thing about it. Man, it's just crazy how it is. And so that brings me to here, right, where I run full circle of everything that I do. And so, with that, it's funny because when you think back, all right, you heard things like that about the one and only legendary Oracle, right? Because I always will owe Oracle to the secret to my success, right? If it wasn't for him, I wouldn't be where I'm at today, bar none. I don't care. I'll take it with me to my grave, whenever that is, hopefully another 100 years from now, whatever, that he is the sole true reason why I am where I am today. Knowledge, just watching his experience, sharing his knowledge, and, becoming a friend in crypto, in the scene. I mean, I couldn't ask for anything better, and so always be thankful for where I'm at, and I can't, take the credit for it because he's the one that led me in this way to where I'm at today. All right, and so, the thing about it is that success, you gotta follow success, right? But you don't do it in a way of how those typical guys do it, right? I pointed out those guys because the way they do it is, all right, especially Jan Gregory, who's trash anyways. The way he goes about it is he'll get a couple of people, right, to be his guys, and then in time he has them do all the work for him while he just kicks back. And then when all that shit's gone, he'll chill out for a while, and then he'll come back with his guys, maybe new guys, and do it all over again. And he's been doing that for some time now, is all I got to say. I never really heard of him until he started popping up for CoinMarketBull, and then I started reading about him, and his last major platform was Empire's X, right? And then other ones before that. And so that's not a way to go about your business here. And, people always said back then, oh, the Oracle's a scammer and stuff. But is he? Because, Oracle, he does flaunt the Lamborghinis and stuff like that, right? But at the same time, he still works, right? He still puts out the content. He shows you what he's doing Just like I show you what I'm doing all the time on the daily, Oracle shows it what he's doing all the time on the daily. Jan, what does he do? He just goes out and just hangs out, right? Parties on your money and has his cronies do all the work for him, right? And so, what about when shit hits the fan? There's nothing from those guys, right? Oracle shows everything. Good days, bad days, but mainly good days, right? That's just what it is. He has many more good days than bad days, but he shows it to you. All right. And one of the best things you can ever do for yourself is he'll throw out invites, right? Let me look this up. All right. He throws out invites, such as right here, trading Discord invite. Anytime he puts this out here on the Oracle Fast Money Trader official group, if you're looking for this group, let me know and I'll point you to this, all right? If he's throwing out his invite, at least the least you can do is go to it. Because this is the only way, the best way to learn how to trade is through his method of leverage trading here in the form of what is called the war on the 1 minute, right? And he's even tinkered it to where, you got to analyze 3-minute charts and all that now. Well, not charts, but activity, right? And you look at the 3-minute activity, you trade on the 1 minute, and so on and so forth, right? It's all about how you analyze the activity, and you're looking for certain, I guess you say, trends, and then you initiate the trade, pull out from the trade at a certain time, all in minutes, right? Yeah, of course, in all trading, there's going to be days where you're going to be stuck in a trade, right? It happens to everybody. And the thing about it is that this is an interesting method, unlike anything I've seen out there before, and that's why I was always so interested in this style of trading. And this is the only way I trade when I do trading. I don't do any other sort of trade. I don't do no spot trading stuff. I don't do no margin trading. I don't do any other style of trading at all whatsoever. Arbitrage, none of that. This is the only way to go. And so, if you have a chance, check it out. If he's throwing out a free invite, you take it. Because all I got to say is that he puts this out here, limited time, limited basis, and this is to your benefit to learn. And then once you start seeing how it all works, you join in the consultation. All right, you get the consultation because he'll walk you through it step by step on how to go about it. So that's one of those things. But going back though, see, this is the stuff that he does as a service. He doesn't sit there and kick back on people's money. He doesn't sit there and do nothing, right? Have cronies work for him and put out content. No, he puts out content daily. All right, and so that's the difference between guys like the Oracle, who's legendary in the business. One of the last relics of the business in crypto, going back to the days that I got into crypto in 2017, but I didn't get into YouTube till 2019. And being that I was all over the crypto scene during those times, so I know a lot that went on. But people from that era is no longer around anymore, right? Hardly. I wouldn't say everybody, but people from that era, all right, are not around anymore except for the guys like the Oracle and myself. And so I could tell you the history of what's gone on in that era, right? It's a different kind of era, pre-COVID. So, now I would say not even pre-COVID. It's more like it's a period from that whole 2016, 2017-ish start till 2019. That's when all the ICOs and all that shit ended. And then it became apparent that all these ICOs and all these made-up token platforms that went from lending to staking and all that stuff,
went by the wayside, right? And now it's all about, it kind of shifted, right? It shifted to platforms, Bitcoin in, Bitcoin out, real crypto, not some tokens. And then it shifted over to the dApps, right? Because everything has a season. So real crypto platforms, dApps became a thing in 2019, and it kind of, dApps died off, right? Going into like 2020-ish, and from there it still continued to be crypto platforms, carrying on to present day, right? They still do ICOs these days. It's called DeFi, right? I mean, all these different shit coins that come about, people try to pump and dump. It's the same things. It's just ICOs, modern day. They just call it DeFi, right? I mean, it's a good way to cover it up. But yeah, it's just funny how it is that there's not much people that could talk about the time of the past. Like, I could bring that time of the past easily, because I did the BitConnects. I did, some of those other platforms out there during that time, right? ETH Connect, whatever they call that, right? Nova Chain and arbitraging, right? Arbitrage is the big one. I did them all. I experienced them all. I experienced those shitty ass YouTubers too, right? And man, that's a bygone era, because like nearly all of them are off of YouTube now. I mean, you still have like the Maddie cryptos of the world is, full of shit waiting for Pulse Chain to come out. Good luck with that shit. But everyone else kind of died off of that scene, right? The ones that you thought would continue to stand the test of time, hasn't. It's gone. Clover, right? One of the earliest YouTubers to get into things like BitConnect, right? Earliest YouTuber, one of the earliest ones to be into BitConnect. Shit, he was an early YouTuber for what's that dApp? Let's see if I still have it up here. Gandiji, there you go. Gandiji, alright? Earliest YouTuber to be on Gandiji, and had a falling out with Sonny, the developer and creator owner of Gandiji, and got out of it. Man, if he rode throughout the wave and run up to 30,000 ETH during that time, right? Second largest Ethereum based dApp behind what's that other one, P3D, right? Because it is all based off of P3D style, right, of dApps, and Clover just dumped out of that like a dumbass. And so keeps going into all these different sort of quote unquote DeFi programs that don't work out and pan out worth a shit. That's why Clover's hiding out some third world country right now, not doing jack shit in crypto on YouTube. Maybe offline, but not on YouTube. Hasn't done content in months. Died off of YouTube. I wrecked Tiwi out of business, and all the little cronies that went along with it, gone. Whale Miner, that bitch deconnected. I mean, the list goes on and on. Where are all these people now? And so I've watched all these people fall off from that bygone era, right? And Oracle is still the only one left standing. Isn't that funny? The one that everybody called a scammer and all this other stuff is the only one left standing from that era when it comes to YouTube and all that. And so, wow, how is that so? Well, because he's better than all these YouTubers that came to be and passed. He stood the test of time because he made the smart choices and know how to run shit. Well, unlike all these other guys, didn't know jack shit about it, act like it, but they didn't know nothing. They were all following each other. They were a little pack that followed each other, but it didn't do nothing. So, that's just one of those things. It's just funny how it is. And all I got to say is, well, that's the reason why I'm still here too, right? Because following success, I experienced success to this day. And if Oracle is still around doing his thing, oh, there must be something right here, right? And I'm still here too since 2019. There must be something right here. Even though we both have different crafts going on, right? Crafts, CRAFT going on right now, right? Oracle's more into trading. I'm still heavily into platforms. But we're still connected with history. We're still connected with what we do and what it takes to be a winner. And all it is just power of information. Putting out that information out there. That's all it is. What do you think Oracle does all the time out there? He's putting out that information on how to trade, how he's doing it, how he's working it, and what you can get out of it. Right? I put out information every day. The use of platforms, how to go about it, how, compounding can be good to an extent, but there's a way to work it, right? But for the most part, I don't sit there and preach you to start with this amount and, compound for a bigger payday. Man, all I gotta say is you're gonna end up not seeing that money ever. Oh yeah, and so let me just put this out, all right, as well here. So this dirtbag, all right, says that he doesn't give financial advice, but he gives recommendations all the time, all the time. So how can you not give financial advice but give recommendations? Doesn't that mean it's the same thing? It's contradictory, right? And that's what this bullshit is, full of contradictions. That's why I wrecked Tiwi out of the space, because he's full of contradictions. And that's the thing about it, right? And so Oracle is still a powerhouse in the scene. You know why? Because when you look at what he's achieved, what he's done, and still doing his thing, you look at what's happening now. All right, this is what's happening present day. People approach me all the time asking if I'm still, in touch with the Oracle, if I'm still connected to the Oracle, and if I'm still able to talk to Oracle about these programs that I do. You know what I say to them? I say to them, I'm not going to ask him, because I know how he feels about these programs and his thought about these programs. And the thing about it is that, if he sees something that he likes, he'll ask me. I don't want to bug him about that stuff, and that's just being honest. I don't want to bug him about these programs, and I know that, when he has time, he watches my videos, and if he sees something he likes, he would actually reach out to me and say, hey, this is an interesting program, right? But other than that, I'm not going to sit there and pound on Oracle and say, hey, check out this platform, check out this platform, check out this platform. That's the last thing I'll do, is to bug him like that. But bitches like this Marcos dirtbag will sit there and bug the shit out of you and beg you all night long to join under him. Oh, join me, join me, join me, right? And that's what he does. He's a begging little bitch. And I got proof of that too. So that's what's truly happening here. This is the reality of what's happening, and I bring you the reality of it all. I tell it like it is. This is real. I'm telling you, this is real as it can get. All right, blurring reality and crypto together. All right, I bring it. I'm telling you. That's why I do what I do, because I'm tired of bullshit artists like those guys, the Marcos of the world, the Jans of the world, and I tell you what's really happening. And I do 2 to 5 videos a day, 7 days a week, because these guys are a disservice. All right. So I just want to say thank you for tuning in to my latest podcast entry. And stay tuned as I have future podcasts as well. But I just want to say thank you for being on board with everything. Thank you for being a subscriber. Thank you for listening to this, my content. And other than that, I'll see you in the next one.